Welcome everybody to How Fast Will It Go, and today we're dealing with the 2015 Jaguar XFR-S. Now it says 1212 horsepower, 831 pounds-feet of torque from a 5.7 litre twin turbocharged V10 engine. The car itself now weighs 3,713 pounds, now has all-wheel drive, and it can now do 0 to 60 in 1.595 seconds and 0 to 103.779 seconds. So yeah, this is still quite a heavy car, and obviously it's not gotten any smaller, so yeah, it might well struggle to weave in and out of traffic, especially with the all-wheel drive system, which it was never meant for, which tends to invoke some understeering cars that never had it originally. So yeah, that is a little bit worrying, and obviously this has way more power than it had originally. It had 550 horsepower stock, so yeah, we're dealing with more than twice the power, all-wheel drive, and still a fair bit of weight. But 1200 horsepower should be more than enough to get this still rather heavy and large vehicle to a good speed. But yeah, Jaguar has had success on this series before, with the D-Type being the second fastest car that we've had on this series so far, although the C-Type and the lightweight E-Type were a little bit underwhelming, especially the C-Type. So yeah, nonetheless, let's get out there and see what this car can do. Now granted, those three Jaguars I just mentioned are all old. They're all from the 70s earlier than that, so yeah, this is the first modern Jaguar that we've had on this series, so maybe that will make a bit of a difference. Certainly got a modern engine going for it, and yeah, we're doing 235, and then we're going to the back of the Focus. Unfortunately, black Focus in a dark tunnel does not help. There's 240, there's 250, 255 as we come out of the tunnel. 260, 265, 266, 267. Oh dear. Well, we hit 267, but we did hit a pillar for our troubles there. But yeah, 267 is still easily the second fastest Jaguar that we've had on this series so far. Although it is a good 18 mile an hour slower than the D-Type, so still quite a margin. But yeah, I think since we're right on the rev limit, we're not going to get anywhere near 285 miles an hour, but we might well be able to get a little bit closer, which is quite frankly the main thing. As close as we can get to the highest top speed that these cars can make is the best option, really. There's nothing worse than having a car that's able to do a lot of speed and then struggle to ever get there, or not have the chance to get there. It's starting to rain a bit now, but which is helpful when you want to slide like that, but it's not all that helpful when you want to get a good top speed in a straight line. Now this side typically does not favour low torque vehicles like this, let alone vehicles in general. The majority of vehicles on this series have had their fastest top speed on the other side of the motorway, though there have been a couple of occasions where we have been faster here, and several occasions where we have actually matched the higher top speed on the other side of the motorway. So yeah, there is every chance, but yeah, we only just managed to get 250 there before we came to this really sharp corner, so yeah, not all that confident we're going to be able to get towards what we originally did on the other side. But at least it is showing off that the all-wheel drive system isn't hindering its agility. It's still able to turn with relative ease. It certainly doesn't feel as heavy as it is, which is always a good thing when you're dealing with these kinds of speeds. You don't want a heavy, unresponsive car. Even then, some lightweight cars can be quite unresponsive as well due to the all-wheel drive system. So at least it's quite agile and still able to get up to 267 miles an hour, which is our final top speed. But yeah, that was yeah, pretty good from this car, considering how heavy it still is and how large it is, and certainly wasn't meant to deal with the power and the torque and the all-wheel drive system that it's got. But yeah, 267 miles an hour means we match the Alfa Romeo 8C Competizione, the Pagani Huayra BC, Maserati MC12 Versione Corsa, the Radical RXC Turbo, the Vauxhall VX220 Turbo, and the Lexus LFA. a bunch of supercars or hypercars there, which is really rather impressive. Also beats the Nissan R390, the Nissan Silvia KS Aero, the Porsche Cayman GTS, the Audi RS7 Sportback, which we've had a couple of episodes back, which didn't have to deal with a non-native all-wheel drive system and had the same power as this. It had the same engine, but also way less than this, so the fact that we're quicker than that Audi is really impressive, as well as the Porsche Carrera GT and the Ferrari 288 GTO. But we are slower than the Morgan Aero GT, the Mosley MT900S, the Mercedes-Benz AMG CLK GTR, and we're also slower than a couple of Mercedes-Benz four-door saloons and the Lexus ISF, but that does mean that we are the 4th fastest four-door saloon, which is not bad at all, especially considering it's got nowhere near the power as some vehicles on this series. So yeah, mostly impressive, good top speed, still able to dodge in and out of traffic with ease, and yeah, still a fun car to drive. Nonetheless, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.